All right, it's that time of the year, everybody, for Toy Kind of Mood's best action figures and collectibles of 2020. And 2020 has, been that kind of year. But for toys, it's been pretty amazing. Despite some delays, we've got a lot in our stocking and under the Christmas tree, and we're here to talk all about it. We're going to go over our top three individual choices of the year and also the top three for every brand imaginable. So unfortunately, no sideshow collectibles, no hot toys, because we broke. We can't afford that shit. No, I'm just kidding. I don't mean to speak for everybody on that, but we're gonna talk regular action figures that you can find at Target, Walmart. No, what are we kidding? Those are getting bottled up right now. We can't find that either. Man, this intro is so messed up. All right, guys, let's get rocking and rolling with DC McFarlane. Hit it, Bobby.
All right, so coming in at number one was Batgirl, and she is actually my number two figure of the year. Absolutely stunning. McFarlane knocked it out of the park. Number two, Nightwing. He's in my honorable mentions and fighting Matt Murdock. And then tie for number three was the Grim Knight Devastator, which I can't find anywhere. So, and then the honorable mention was the Red Hood versus Nightwing with the red.
That's right. So what do you think? What do you think of these? I mean, give us your synopsis. I mean, you told us Batgirl was your number two overall figure of the year, but what you said you can't find Grim Knight, and then also Devastator as well. Those were at Walmart, so you had a tough time finding those.
Oh, they're all the only figure at Walmart is the either the Arkham Knight Batman or the animated series Batman. But Nightwing and Batgirl, I just had to get it on Amazon. That was just it.
What are your feelings on the 2-pack, the Red Hood and Nightwing?
I honestly like my Nightwing better than the 2-pack. The Red Hood looked badass. I just feel that it wasn't anything that I had to run out and get because I already had Nightwing. And Red Hood's cool, but I'll wait for the single pack.
Yeah. Did anybody else in the group besides Bobby Behar over here have strong feelings of McFarlane? Anyone hardcore collecting McFarlane this year?
I totally am. I have about 5 of them right here. I have my variant of Detective Comics 1000
right up there.
That body. I was a big fan of the White Knight, which is the somewhat villainous version of Batman. And I got about 4 others. Bobby, if next time I see a link for Devastator, I'll holler at you. Travis,
thank you.
Your fault. You got me into this. You did this.
Yep, I have. I actually have a couple. I have. I've been kind of into the new look of them. I bought the pre-ordered the one with the scythe, the metal one that's coming out. And I also got like Azrael. I got 2 of the Batmans. I got the Joker. So I got a bunch of them. I mean, I like the look. I like the hardcore look of them. It's something different.
Yeah, and I just wanted to mention to the audience that the figures that we're going to mention are figures that are released. So no pre-orders. Even today, there was a pre-order that supposed to come out in March, and some people were checking Hasbro, and it's already shipped. So it didn't make it in time for our list. So all these figures are in hand. So that's where we're rolling out. All right, next up. That's it. Transformers, War for Cybertron. We're in it. All these figures are the War for Cybertron line. There are tremendous Transformers figures made by several different lines, but we're sticking to Hasbro over here, the main line. And KJ, Kevin Johnson, I'm introducing him to the show. He will present our Transformers list.
Yes, it is Optimus Prime time. Let's go ahead and let's count down with number 3 with a toy kind of mood. The consensus was Earthrise, Optimus Prime. Now, there's a tremendous amount of detail for retail in this figure. Everything from like the grills, the wheels, all the greebling that's inside the trailer and whatnot. The Siege figure had a lot of posability, almost just as much as the Masterpiece line. But the Earthrise brings it down to that fan favorite aesthetic and that look that we all dig. And then tied with that was the alternate universe, or what we call the sleep mode Optimus Prime. It's an iconic scene, the death of Optimus, and even 35 years after the film, it's too soon. It's still too soon. Coming in number 2, a redeco of Optimus, Nemesis Prime, the black and the red. You can get that Masterpiece scale, and this is the first time that we've really seen it at that 6-7 inch scale, and that's also a lot of fun. Tons of
can I jump in to that Nemesis Prime? So it was originally a spoiler pack.
Yes.
correct? So we had no idea what it was, and many still don't. But some of the web, if you type in spoiler pack, more than likely on Google, it's going to show that it's Nemesis Prime. So we're sorry if we spoil anything for or for Earthrise coming up, but by now it's it's
Yeah.
been a while. But I actually just I've been watching reviews. This guy Prime versus Prime. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with it. We don't usually mention other companies, but this guy solely focuses on Transformers. He occasionally reviews other figures, but he is like a Transformers. I mean, he reviews every single one. The studio series and in the War for Cybertron series. And I saw his review of Nemesis Prime, and I was like, I need this. I went on Big Bad Toy Store, and they were the only place that has it. So there's a tip for you right there, and they still have it, and it's in stock and everything. But I got it in my big bad pile of loot, like
yeah.
Kevin Wish likes to tell everybody about that. So that way, when I buy a couple of things, it'll all ship for cheap.
Yeah, flat rate, $4.
All right.
Just do it once.
Yeah.
That's it. All right, ready to
I have
roll.
a question for you, Travis, real quick. How is it? How
Sure.
much is it above retail at Big Bad Toys? Is it still selling
Nope.
for retail or is it up?
It sells for $59.99, which is the it comes in a big deluxe.
Yeah.
It's not in one of the Earthrise package, a big deluxe package, the same one you got with the Sleep Mode Optimus Prime from Amazon.
I'm glad you said that because I almost bought it from Amazon. It was $80. So I'm like, I'm glad I have it in my cart waiting. Now I know I'm probably gonna double down.
That wasn't from Amazon. That was from an Amazon seller.
Yeah.
No, always look out for price gouging. And also with the price point, with this Optimus here is about $49.99. The Nemesis is $59.99. The extra $10 gets you a ton of extras. It's pretty cool stuff. But number one, and once again to the homie Travis, who let us know this sucker was in stock, we have the
Restock
Soundwave War for Cybertron. This sucker is a Walmart exclusive. It's hard as hell to get any of those exclusives. I know my Star Wars Black Series people had a lot of problems with getting the Mandos and the Loyalists and all that stuff. So Travis, thank you once again. This is a true translation of the original cartoon character in sweet plastic. It is a real treat, and is exactly why it's on the top of this Transformers list and a lot of our top 3 lists as well.
Exactly. So speaking of 3 lists, what are your top 3 overall figures for 2020 while we have you? And Bobby, we'll get to you when we hit you on the Funko side. We'll let you jot down your line. I did slip up on that one. So KJ, what's up? What's your top 3?
Sure. Just going real quick. You got to give love to Snake Eyes Deluxe. I mean, I remember a lot of people on the Facebook groups, they're like, it's out. You'll never get your hands on it. You got to pay scalper prices. And soon enough, boom, PulseCon, and then Black Friday, Cyber Monday, never, ever say never. And I got Deluxe Snake Eyes, and it's here with me where it belongs. Number 2, Cobra Island Cobra Trooper. I have many a tale of trying to hunt that sucker down. I ended up having to pay the iron price for mine, but the portability, it's the most I'd ever played with toys ever since I was a kid. And with the Cobra Trooper and opening up all my other Joes to play with it, it reignited something that was part of getting me through 2020. But number 1, I would have to say, is the SH Figure Arts Mando. So this sucker right here, with all the extra pieces and hands and like the extra cauldron. And of course, I have the child to go along with that as well. Even comes with extra heads, even comes with the arms to grab its soup bowl, all that good stuff. Once I went that premium route, it's hard to go back. So those were my top 3.
Nice, sweet list. All right, so let's just segue that right into this list. One of the biggest topics throughout all our show and the time we've been doing this has been Cobra Island and Target. We've had a ball. That was our first show. We're circling right around. We had so much fun with it, but let's face it, Hasbro has crushed it with the classified line, regardless of all the criticism we've had. It's among the best action figure lines for the price. For $20, you're getting a premium action figure, despite the headaches and countless woes that many people it makes us all wish we still had this place, right? I mean, for GI Joes. But look, our top three a toy kind of moods GI Joe list is very similar to Kevin's overall list. Number one, deluxe classified Snake Eyes. Now, this is the action figure that really kicked off the quarantine for me. It came out in February. I got it a little late. I had to get it on eBay. I paid about $130 at the time. And it did eventually restock for $40. So, but it took I mean, it was almost the whole summer went by when it finally restocked. So I wasn't too mad at it. I was glad to finally have it. And I'm actually happy that it restocked because then I opened it. It was like a thing I paid $130 for. I was not going to open, but because it restocked, the value is dropped. And now I get to play with the toy. So it actually brought value to me personally. So I was happy about that. The Cobra Trooper, instantly fell in love with it. I never gave a shit about a Cobra Trooper on the cartoon, in the comic, or the figure, but man, they went super. And this was the most sought out action figure. I mean, you could say besides maybe Mando, any version of Mandalorian, and maybe Baby Yoda or whatever, but Cobra Trooper had to be the most sought out action figure of the year. It was just unbelievable. So that was our number two. And of course they had to come out with a variant for other retailers because it was so sought out after. Number three, another infamous character from the Cobra Island line, the Baroness with the coil bike. So whether you like that big red bike or not, man, this is how I met Kevin. Yep. Right? This is how Christian. Actually, I think you saw some of the people I saw in line when you were in line for Baroness. It was like we had this small community in Los Angeles all attacking targets at once for the Baroness, and Baroness's popularity went through the roof on this action figure. Like her mainstream popularity, people started posting, I saw tons of comic art, original art, just based on this hunt. And for her action figure, and you started seeing like celebrities getting involved on YouTube. It became a phenomenon. So hey, props to Hasbro for creating something great, and hopefully the distribution can step up in 2021 and we can stop using COVID as an excuse. Honorable mentions, Cobra Commander. Now, I personally prefer the Supreme Snake Cobra Commander, even though I did buy a custom head over from a custom sculpted head over from the United Kingdom to, the one with the hood. But regardless, that was an excellent package. But the mainline Cobra Commander, one of our honorable mention, as well as the Red Ninja, who's become kind of the latest infamous hard to get one. They were found at Walgreens and everyone went crazy. So the Red Ninja rounded up our year in GI Joe. But all right, just to get in our top three, I already mentioned the Snake Eyes. That's obviously my number one. Just a lot of it is just, it started this whole thing. I think without the deluxe classified Snake Eyes, there might not be a toy kind of mood. I don't know. This is the thing that was like, I didn't know what Hasbro Pulse was. All right. Like this really kicked in the hobby, and it was the perfect time being home and quarantined and everything. Number two, we did an entire show on this action figure. It was the Mezco Toys 112 Collective Supreme Knight Shadow Edition Batman. We did an entire show on this one figure. That says enough. And then number three, shout out to Christian Orozco, who's checking his phone. Hey, Jushin Thunder Liger, my man. This was one of my earliest pickups. I saw it in hand at Wrestle Kingdom in the Tokyo Dome in January. So we're all coming full circle because that event is like what, in a few weeks now, we're going to be able to stay up till about 4 or 5 in the morning and watch on New Japan World. So I first saw it. And then what was great was we had Ringside Collectibles on to talk wrestling figures for an entire show. So my top three list really is just a circle of everything. And quickly, my honorable mentions. Cobra Island Trooper, Cad Bane. I sold my deluxe, but just Cad Bane, great figure there. We'll talk Star Wars in a little bit. Of course, Soundwave, we just went over that. That's a tough one to get, man. But that also was like, I'm cherry picking, I'm getting Soundwave. And then Hasbro sent me a whole box of War for Cybertron figures. And here we go. Now I got like 20 or 30 of them, right? And speaking of SH Figuarts, Kevin, KJ, I went with Wonder Woman 84 as an honorable mention. And I am shocked that this didn't make any list. And we'll talk about that in a little bit when we talk imports. The Medicom Mafex Hush Batman rounded out my honorable mentions. So I'm going to kick it right now to Christian, since I have his attention from the Jushin Thunder Liger. We're going to talk Mattel. No, what we did with Mattel was we combined Masters of the Universe and WWE. There's other things that they sell, but these are the ones that appeal to our show the most. So here's our top 3 for Mattel. Christian, kick it away.
So the people have spoken and the people have voted, and we got the top 3 for Mattel for both WWE and the Masters of the Universe. So at number 3, we got Skeletor, everyone's favorite skeleton villain, that's what I've called since I was a kid. Yeah, there you go, that guy. He's been on everyone's list, and anytime a Skeletor comes out, regardless of what form he's in, you got to have it in your collection. So these classic ones, it definitely did it for me. At number 2, we have, well, first of all, let's go with the WWE. We have the Rock Ultimate Series. That was an Amazon exclusive, which in my opinion, it has been the best Rock that they have ever released. Articulation, face scan, everything. He's actually also in my number 2.
I'm so mad at myself for not pre-ordering that, and now I cannot get it. I am
You
so
should have told
mad.
me 3 days ago because I had 2 of them. If I knew, I would have sold.
I'm getting out of here, guys. You guys have a fun show. I'm out of here.
Hey, me and that Mesco Supreme Night. I sat and looked at that webpage, watched it sell out, and now it's like an arm and a leg. So,
Hey, Travis, since you're going over to Toys R Us right there, you mind picking me up an exclusive Captain Gree while you're there? R.I.P. Toys R Us.
Well, at number 2, there was a tie as well because we also have the Masters of the Universe Orko figure, which also hit it off at number 2. And between him and The Rock, though, I know which one I'm going to choose. And at number 1, we have the Battle Cat, the Masters of the Universe Battle Cat. And personally, there you go, right there. I don't really collect Masters of the Universe figures as far as if it's not Skeletor, I really don't buy them. But this Battle Cat, I was staring at it in person for a while, and it won the number 1 spot for a very clear reason. It's a really cool figure. The box is great. It's just overall, you just gotta have it. Yeah,
beautiful.
Now, if you guys want to hear some of my personal favorites, though, my number 3 favorite was from Mattel.
Oh, wait, hold on, Christian. There was some honorable mentions as well.
Oh, right, that is right. I completely forgot. There's honorable mentions. No worries. For honorable mentions, we do have Io Shirai here, which she's actually my number 1 pick for 2020. Beautiful figure. Everything about it, in my opinion, is perfect. I absolutely love this figure. And the other one was a Masters of the Universe Origins Scareglow, which that's another figure that I've seen in person. I looked at it for a while, and I'm like, dude, I got to get this figure. These glow-in-the-dark figures look really cool. They really pop out. And that's something that I had to get. I actually have one in the mail coming in the mail soon.
Oh, lucky. Did you pay the scalper price at Walmart?
I was this close. I was this close of getting one on eBay, but a friend of mine's in Alabama actually is like, hey, dude, there's some on the shelf. You want one? I'm like, yeah, send it this way. Yeah, so he's sending me a loose
instead of like 40. Yeah.
Yeah, but I got it loose because that's a figure I kind of like loose more than I like in the box.
Nice.
But since I've already mentioned more than half of my top 3 figures for the year, which at number 1 was Io, number 2 was The Rock, number 3 was of course this guy, Rick Rude. In any variation, whether it be the original costume was supposed tights that it was supposed to come with, which was the match he had against the Ultimate Warrior in '89. The chase variant, this one itself just really pops out outside the box. I actually have them both box and in box, and I absolutely love this figure. Granted, some people have criticized it, saying he looks more like Nacho Libre, but personally, I love this figure. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this figure, and this Rick Rude is a must-have in your collection. As a WWE fan and as a fan of the golden era of wrestling, you got to get this Rick Rude.
And as a fan of Nacho Libre, you need that figure.
Yeah, those were definitely my top 3 myself. But honorable mentions, I do have to mention the Jushin Thunder Liger. I loved every variation of it. I have all 4 of the Storm collectible ones, including that rare blue one that Travis right here wants. But this one's probably my favorite, the retirement match. This actually has a little special place in my heart. I actually saw the retirement match, not like Travis when he was in Japan. I actually saw it in front of my computer with my son. So it was actually a very special moment for me. So this figure is definitely special for me. And the other honorable mention that I do have to mention was a premium SH Figure Arts. I don't have it on me because I couldn't find the box to save my life. Was SH Figure Arts Premium Kamen Rider W. Most people don't know Kamen Rider here like they do in Japan, but it is a very sweet figure. And those premium ones that Bandai has been releasing recently I've never seen anything like it before, guys. And I really wish I had this figure in front of me, but I don't at this moment. But when I do, I'll show it to you guys. But it's an amazing figure.
I think in the States it was released as Masked Rider. Is that correct?
Yes, it was actually called 1994. Saban did bring over, which in Japan they know him as Kamen Rider RX. Here they just know him as Masked Rider. And he did have a crossover with the Power Rangers.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome, guys. I just wanted to say hi to Ronnie because he's been quiet because his list isn't here. But just hi, everybody say hi, Ronnie.
All right.
Hi, Ronnie.
Hello, ATKM family.
All right. So with that said, we're going to Kevin Wish. We're going to Kevin Wish. And what we did here was combine Super 7 and NECA lines because they both sell Ninja Turtles. So we love Ninja Turtles and they, they have a lot of commonalities, but I'll let you take it away and you can maybe explain why are we combining the list?
Well, why I think we're combining the list is because both of them they're both very well established companies, but they're just not the heavy hitters like Mattel and Hasbro. They do have a very big following. They got a big booth, big presence at Comic-Con every year. A lot of times they're the sleeper hit of Comic-Con. They're the ones to watch. There was Wow Us with their exclusive, and they're a little bit more as far as their letting collectors have access to their exclusive at Comic-Con. They're a little bit more collector friendly because Brian Flynn, who runs Super 7, and then Randy Falk, who's the director of NECA, they're collectors themselves. Like they're not so corporate that like they're a business as anybody else is, like, and they're trying to make money, and that's understandable. But both those guys are really awesome. I've talked to them both several times at Comic-Cons. Their passion and their zeal and their love of their own product is really admirable. And I love supporting them. I love supporting their lines. Their customer service is great. Of course they have hiccups as any other kind of company does, which, it's forgivable because the love and passion and the time and effort that they put into their lines is so respectable that you kind of like shrug it off. But that's why we're combining them. And
that's it.
What I'm thinking is I'll get into right away the combined top 3 NECA / Super 7 figures of the year, and we'll start from bottom to top. So number 3, what we got the NECA Back to the Future Ultimate Marty McFly figure, which Robert owns. I do not own that figure. I'm not personally into Back to the Future as far as like what I collect. I like the movies, just not really into the line, but Robert loves it, and that's great. They are actually very cool, and if I had the space and the time and the money and the wherewithal to buy them, I probably would buy them. They're very good. They got Biff, they got Ultimate Doc Brown, they got several different Martys. They got the Target exclusive. It came from outer space Marty in the hazmat suit. They're all really cool figures, and that's number 3 on our list, our overall A Toy Kind of Mood list. Going with number 2, another NECA figure that it just actually dropped this past week, and now all of the Turtles fans are in a fervor to get that, amongst other things. But it's the NECA TMNT Krang Android body. It's just started dropping in Target, hitting all over the place in Targets around California, Texas, mostly West Coast. I don't think it's hit by where Ronnie is yet in Massachusetts, because sadly a lot of times the East Coast gets
we don't get nothing.
Yeah, it's true. Because I'm from Jersey originally, and we didn't really get a lot of stuff first either. But I haven't found it, and I don't really feel like going out to find it. So I was lucky enough to hook up with this one seller and offer up. He's going to sell it to me for $60, which is not really that much more than retail considering. And it looks pretty good. And the thing is like it goes with the aesthetic of because I collect the animated line, and there's others that are into the movie line, which I love those movies. Like they hit the nostalgia button for me, but they just don't quite hit the $49.99 button for me when I'm buying them, because I just prefer the cartoon over the movies because I grew up with the cartoon. And then last but not least, I actually do have this character with me. It is, let It is Super 7 Ultimate. Ooh, oh, there we go. Some stuff is on the floor. It's the Ultimate Lion-O by Super 7.
I want that.
Little bit of history about, real quick, about Thundercats and Super 7 is Mattel had these figures. They had this license many, many years ago, about 4 or 5 years ago, and they did 7 figures and they just went kaput with it and they just stopped making them. And so there was a lot of legalese as far as getting the license, and then Super 7 finally secured the license last year. They put out Wave 1. This is Lion-O. He's really great. He comes with different Sword of Omens. He comes with the fully extended Sword of Omens. He comes with a smaller Sword of Omens. You see the hilt right there. I didn't open this yet because I'm not sure I'm going to, because I actually have the Mattel one that's open, so I don't see them. And I think this displays really well in the package. Comes with a different head where he's, you know, a little pissed off, which is great. And then he comes with the cat's paw, the claw shield. And he also, I think, comes with, he does in the back, he comes with the Book of Omens.
Nice. Now, I'm glad, Kevin, that you are doing like I'm actually glad you got it in hand, because I just bought myself a Christmas gift and it's that one. And it's Panthro. Yeah, I got it. I got myself a Lion-O Super 7 Ultimates and Panthro. Someone on OfferUp maybe needed a little bit of last minute Christmas money and sold them both for $110. And they retailed at $45. So $10 for each one over retail. I was like, I have to do it. So yeah, why not?
Travis Moody, because there's more Thundercats all coming our way in 2021.
No, that's it. Just those two. Just those two.
We know you want Ultimate Mumra. That's coming out next month. Mumra, we got Chitaro, we got Tigra, Slide.
That's
Monkey.
it. No,
that's it. All are on my pre-order at Entertainment Earth and Big Bad Toy Store. I'm just really excited that they're doing them, and then there is rumor that Brian Flynn is doing schematics for a Thunder Tank for next Christmas, which is going to be massive. So those are the top 3 that I got for Toy Kind of Mood for everyone.
Well, we got honorable mentions.
And then the honorable mentions, we got a bunch. We have
no, just one. It's the NECA TMNT Casey Jones Raphael in disguise.
It is the Casey Raph disguise. It's the movie version of Casey. Yep. That was a Walmart exclusive. Was hard to find originally. I did come across a couple of them, passed on it because, like I said, not into the movies, but they are really cool. And I like the fact that they do soft goods on some of them. And finally, the drama around that was Elias Coty was the actor that played Casey Jones. He's now lended his likeness. So I'm pretty sure that NECA will be doing a re-release of that with like a maskless head for the actor.
Yeah, of all the movie TMNT figures, that pack was my favorite for sure.
It was cool. So, yeah, I liked it. So then the honorable mentions.
It's your top 3 now, buddy. Your overall top 3. Right. Yeah.
So the top 3 of mine, even though they don't really line up with this specifically, my number 3 just released also is the Splinter and Baxter Stockman 2-pack that just dropped in Target. That version of Splinter is the version of Splinter I always wanted as a kid. He comes with like a stick, he comes with like a yoga mat, and he just basically looks like he jumped right out of the cartoon. And Baxter also looks like he jumped right out of the cartoon as well. They're both very little. However, the thing is they come with a ton of accessories and tons of articulation. So it really hits my nostalgia button for the cartoon. And I can't wait to get it. I did pre-order mine because, like, you know, Target is very spotty with their exclusives. But I pre-ordered mine through Robot Kingdom, and I should be getting a shipping notice pretty soon from China.
Right.
My number 2 for my top 3, I cheated a little bit. It's not a single figure. It is an exclusive box set, as you probably all know, because I talked about it incessantly, is the X-Men Hellfire Club box set from HasbroCon. Just getting that box set. I mean, I got my diorama set up over there. We don't have the time. I'm not going to show this, but I have shown it several times. It just makes me smile every time I see it. I just do my customs of Jason Wingard and Leland. So just looking at that, it's just great having Emma Frost, and then, you know, the rest of the gang over there, and they just look badass.
Let me say, your diorama put us a smile on a lot of our faces in the chat, man. I mean, it's so awesome.
Oh, I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
Thank you. I appreciate that, guys. And then, of course, I don't think I need to tell you what my number one favorite Super 7 / NECA exclusive is of the year. I've been waiting to have it basically for a very, very long time. It's long overdue, and it's right behind me. It's this bad beast right here, Snake Mask. It is heavy. It's about 60 pounds. I have not opened it yet because I am going to do an unboxing for Toy Kind of Mood. It's difficult,
Nice.
you know this, Travis, doing an unboxing like when you're holding your own camera and unboxing. I would prefer to have a camera person, so I won't have one of those until next week. But I will do an unboxing for this, and I will show everybody how awesome it is.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. That'll be awesome.
It's awesome, and I mean, yeah, they're online. There's some problems with it. I'm gonna, make my own modifications to it, but just I'm in awe of it. Just how, and then they show the Bone Throne, the Table of Evil. I'm gonna get my Beastman out, my Evelyn, of course, my Skeletor Christian. I got 3 different versions of him. I'm gonna use the animated Skeletor that is impossible to find, but I just pre-ordered everything once Mattel started releasing it. I was like, oh man, animated, He-Man She-Ra figures, gotta have them.
Nice.
And that rounds out my personal top 3.
All right, fantastic. Did you have any honorable mentions that you want for overall? If not, we can move along.
Honorable mentions. Like I said, I like the animated. My honorable mention would be the Casey Jones and Foot Soldier 2-pack, the animated one from Target, because he looks like he just jumped right out of the cartoon. He was just he's really awesome. I still got him in the box. Let's see. He fell on the floor. Got him in the box. Haven't opened him yet. Haven't put him in the diorama. It comes with yet another Foot Soldier, but you always want another Foot Soldier because the Turtles and Casey and Splinter need some bad guys to mess up.
Casey's so amazing, man.
Really, and I'm really impressed with what NECA did with them.
Fantastic. All right, we're gonna hit to a galaxy far, far away and talk to our friend, the hostess with the mostest, the man who's helped carry a Toy Kind of Mood during the worst of times and the best of times. It's Ronny LaCure. Let's talk about the brand that we get accused of talking about on every show, even when we don't even talk about everything. Star Wars. Talk to us.
All right, let me start with.
I froze.
No, I didn't. I wanted to do that all season, baby.
And Bobby's taking
Merry
off.
Christmas.
He's going to. Bobby's taking off. He went to go grab his Millennium Falcon. All right, Ronny, give us the top 3 of the year for Star Wars.
Yes. So, top 3. This is a Toy Kind of Mood collaborative voting, as everybody knows what we did for every category. Being the OG Star Wars collector as I am, I was surprised to see the list. Coming in at number 3 didn't surprise me. It is the Cad Bane. It says TIE Cad Bane, but
well, not a TIE fighter. There's a tie between Cad Bane and another figure there.
Yes, the Targets tie, Din Jar Jinn with Child. I
don't know how that made that list with that horrible face scan. The photo.
We're gonna get into that this later, but yeah. So there was a tie with Cad Bane and Din Djarin at number 3, which again I said surprised the hell out of me. Number 2, again, not too surprising, but was Ahsoka Tano, the Clone Wars Walmart exclusive. It looked really good. There you go. Thank you. I had the original. I've gotten 3 copies now because the repaint and the new one looks phenomenal, plus the new boxing. Didn't surprise me that it came in under the top 3. I'm surprised it was 2. I thought that would be the 3rd spot. And of course, the number 1, which is the Armor of the Mandalorian, the deluxe edition from Hasbro. That is what I might as well touch that now. That's one of my top 3s. That's my number 2, I would say. Overall.
Nice.
I like the accessories. We all know how hot it is with exclusives, especially with Hasbro, Target. That was the one figure that I think everybody that wanted it was able to get it. Everybody put it on the list for a good reason. All the accessories, the way the helmet looks, the deluxe edition is the one that really struck a difference for me and why it was on my list. The accessories, the way it looks like it's smelting the helm, everything like that was pretty awesome. That deserves a high number 1 in my book. Honorable mentions. We have Count Dooku, from Attack of the Clones, another great figure. That it touches everybody's heart. Everybody that may talk a lot of crap about the prequels, but he was a character, you know, amongst his own. We also have the Darth Vader from the Empire Strikes Back. There you go, in the new boxing. A lot of these top honorable mentions, it's a lot of them have been either re-released or the new packaging or even the new paint jobs, and a lot of the figures this year are freaking phenomenal compared to what they were when they were released. Again, the OG collector, when I got them when they first came out, you know, back in 2013 from Toys R Us for like $12, and they looked like clowns figures painted on, like, you know, Bushido masks rather than the actual characters. So now it's unbelievable. Coming in third as an honorable mention is Tebow from Return of the Jedi.
An Ewok made our list. How amazing is that? You gotta love a toy kind of mood.
He was on my top 3. Yeah, he was on my top 3. It was something different.
Wow.
You know, he was something different. I liked him. You know, it's again the panel, the coven has spoken. You know, we all agreed on our votes, and everybody seemed to like those as honorable mentions. Now we're gonna go into my top 3 overall, non-brand specific. I'm gonna start with number 3. Number 3 for me is the GameStop exclusive IG-11, the credit edition. For me, because I look for things that are very different, very unique, almost obscure compared to most. I definitely liked the paint job on it. I have them. One of the first figures I opened up. It looks amazing. The way they made it look rust almost, and a little bit of tarnish on it. You know, and then my number 2, obviously, I mentioned the armor, and number 1, which I know we already mentioned, the Soundwave Transformers, Netflix War for Cybertron.
Merry
trilogy.
Christmas.
Yes, thank you, Travis, for posting that. I've been searching for that for when it was released in the beginning of the year. I think even one of them came out last year and it sold out like that around Christmas time. You couldn't ever get them, and my boy Trav put it in the chat, jump now, and I'm like, before I don't even know what the hell I was doing. I dropped what I was doing, pans on the floor, burning up food. I don't give a damn. I'm looking for my phone, try to get in there and get the app, and I got it, and it came in. I have it already. It's freaking amazing. So.
Yeah. So what happened with the Soundwave? A lot of the reason we didn't get it right away is it was remember Walmart's Collector Con. They had it was nothing but silent releases, and we were so wrapped up in getting that Walmart Clone Wars wave, which is just now shipping to people now, several months after Walmart Collector Con, that we missed the boat on maybe the few minutes that Soundwave was up. Because even then, I was nowhere near collecting Transformers. I had like a Furai model, and that's it. But I was like, oh, Soundwave, you know, that's just bring the cassette.
Exactly. You know, I mean, I have
memories.
As a kid, that was the one Transformer. My parents couldn't afford Transformers when I was a kid. So it was always my buddies playing with them. And my favorite, I was always a Decepticon guy. I was a Decepticon kid, like I am with the dark side of the Force. I'm a Sith at heart, you know, and Soundwave, you know, meant a lot to me, more than just a toy. It was harking back to something that was unobtainable as a kid. And I think that's what drives everybody here. An entire, you know, family, entire reason for being here is nostalgia. And for me to be able to thank you, Travis, for giving me the heads up, because you literally, a little boy was opening up the free shipping box, you know, smiles and everything. And I'm going to be having that out soon. I'm going to put it on one of my shelves. I will mention honorable mentions for me personally, my personal. I'm going to touch to Kevin, NECA, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You, again, my boy hooked me another, you know, ATKM family. He hooked me up with one of the Ninja Turtle packs that I wanted, that I living here in Massachusetts, no Targets in our area. I think it's like 2.5 hours away are the only ones that eventually get any kind of the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle lines.
Crazy.
And you hooked me up. I mean, thank you.
I found those out in the boonies of California on the way to San Diego to see my mom. So it's like the Temecula, like Riverside areas where I found those, because you're not going to find them in LA, Travis, you know, and
you're not supposed to tell anybody that.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to tell you which specific Target, but they all know.
I mean, you hooked me up. You saw, you know, for cost and shipping, I was so happy. I don't honorable mention any of those Ninja Turtle NECA lines, because again, the reason I'm a toy collector, the reason I'm a fan is because I, as a kid, things that I had, you know, and that's my overall. I mean, again, we're here. Thank you guys, and
Fantastic.
That's all I got for Star Wars. But just to go off on one little thing, Travis, didn't I plant the seed of collecting addiction with the first Star Wars figs you started collecting? I remember you. I don't think you were that big of a collector. You were a sneaker collector.
Oh no. So Star Wars Black Series was actually one of the lines I was heavily collecting.
Really? All right.
Right until I got that deluxe Snake Eyes, which opened the door to G.I. Joe and
everything
so
else,
on.
yeah,
I'm
I-
not going to tell my whole life story, but yeah,
Yeah,
Black
yeah.
Series, I've always been on top of that. Maybe not as crazy because we have this toy community. So everything, even if I was a collector, I wasn't collecting them all. And then obviously under quarantine, you know, I'm not going to lie, I had some stimulus money. So I went back and collected all the Star Wars figures I didn't have. That's why I'm pissed off about that archive line, because now they're all $20 and I paid
And,
50,
yeah.
$60 for Tusken Raiders and all this other
Well,
shit.
I remember you
So-
also bought the Kodak. Was it Commander Cody or whatever it was? And now then you can pre-order him now when he's.
Oh
you know,
no! So thank God that was the one I was like, I refuse to pay $100
Yeah.
for. I bought Wolf for 60 or
Wolf.
70, and they haven't released him. But
Right.
yeah, no. Either way, dude, the energy that we get from this group every day, just as you know, ramping our hobbies.
A lot of
times
passion. We
11.
all have passion for toys, for sure.
Exactly. Let's talk to another passionate man. We're going to circle back around to Bobby because we missed his top three, but let's talk quickly. Just go quickly over the top three Funko. Yeah. You know, Funko isn't action figures. A lot of, you know, you're not going to see double knees and ball joints and all that fun stuff. They're not articulated, but they, you know, they often strike our hearts in a different way, but we do give some love to Funko. Tell us about our top three Funko. And then after that, get into there were no honorable mentions for Funko. So after that, get right into your personal top three figures of the year. Hit it, Bobby.
All right, so top three, and I'll do what everyone else doing in reverse. Number three, the Blacklight Avengers assortment. If you can see in the very corner, I do have Captain America up there. Found the last one at Target. They are absolutely bonkers. I love them. They're amazing. Number two was the Nightwing from New York Comic-Con. Yeah, couldn't get it that. Just couldn't. Still haven't been able to find it. So whatever.
Yeah, shout out to Dave. Shout out to Dave Story, our Power Rangers guy, and we're gonna have an episode, and he'll be able to give his top three figures of the year, as well as the other rest of the community. Shout out to Mike Vlad as well, who hates Funko. I was hoping he was here so he could be like Funko, but he's not here today. But look, shout out to Dave because he's the one who grabbed me a Nightwing, and he was right on it with the clicks on the Hot Topic.
Yeah,
for, you know, those things sold out right away.
Yeah, I tried getting Dave to give me one, but there's two. I'm like, all right, whatever. Don't sacrifice. Okay. And the number one was
Christmas.
Yeah. And the number one was the Mandalorian in Chrome, which I did not get.
Very elusive. That was the
Yes.
most elusive one. Yeah, it was one of those, like, even if you got a Twitter notification for it, as soon as you clicked on the link, it was gone, and got lucky one day and it came right in. And I believe Melanie, who was on our last episode, also had that as her number one, and she loved the Chrome Mandalorian. So, yep.
We do one little honorable mention, just this guy.
Go ahead. Yeah, of course.
Oh, you got Alex Trebek.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
Yeah. I mean, he's a legend.
Absolutely.
Yep. All right. So my top three. Actually, I was reworking it as we've been shooting this because it's not Sophie's choice because I'm not in the Holocaust, but it's tough. So number three, this was my number one for a long time, was actually Logan Xavier from Logan. This is a beautiful pack. I'll do pictures on later. It was tough, but it's beautiful. It is stunning.
Here's my number one figure of the year. Across the room.
Robert, how did you get that 2-pack, by the way?
A wonderful, generous person
named Melanie Jones.
No, not named Jones.
Bailed me out. Kevin over there was able to procure it for me.
Yeah, we had the with the Hasbro Pulse Premium on HasCon, so like we went in, slid out, and I told Travis, I said, you're gonna want to get that because it's gonna be a lot easier of an experience for you on the morning.
Stunning.
Is there a way I can transfer my hat digitally? Because you literally are the Toy Kind of Mood Santa Claus. You've been gifting.
He really is. He really is.
Every day.
Number two was my Batgirl. I mean, once again, she's beautiful.
Yes,
Number
beautiful.
one, and this I pre-ordered it. I don't know why I have stuff. Super 7 Voltron.
Ooh,
Oh shit! I didn't even know they made one.
Now,
nice choice.
here's the sleeve it came in. I mean,
It's like the Ferrari logo.
exactly. Yeah. I mean, look at this. This is, it doesn't come apart, but it comes with, the sword and the different arms. I mean, it's stunning. It really is stunning. Worth every penny. Worth every penny. All right. Honorable mentions. I can cheat here because I'm the editor. So, the 80s explosion. G.I. Joe, like Snake Eyes. I got Duke. I got Scarlet. He-Man, I got He-Man, Battlecat, Skeletor. I've got the rest of Wave 1 coming for Christmas. They've all been great. I feel like you like y'all said, like Ronnie said, we're back to being kids.
Yeah.
And especially in 2020, that kind of makes us feel a little better about braving the world out there.
Life.
Yeah, exactly. Oh,
You nailed that on the head. I mean, we all needed some joy.
just a little joy.
This family we have built here around toys has helped everybody.
I mean, I don't know about, I mean, but everyone, I know someone has been touched this year. Either we've lost family, we've lost friends, we've lost celebrities that touched our hearts. We've lost a lot. So toys have kind of like re-energized me. Okay, so there was the 80s. This Boba Fett carbonized. I mean, look at it, it shines. It's shiny. I love it. I love it. All right. Matt Murdock, Daredevil. I got The Thing, Marvel Legends. I'm a Marvel Legends dude, and it was tough, but The Thing was probably like my favorite Marvel Legends. Next to the other ones. Favorite pop. That was tough, but I just picked him up. Gambit.
Oh,
That's awesome.
Cool.
That's a nice one.
I found him at Walmart just on a shelf, and you can't see, but his cards are translucent.
He's in my top 3 favorite too, Robert.
So yeah, that's my top 3 and my honorable mentions.
All right. Are you sure you don't have 60 more honorable mentions?
I'm the editor. I can cut you out.
Yes. No, you can't. All right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go on the side. Go on the side. Go.
That window.
Oh man. All right. Let's go through some rapid categories real quick. We'll go real fast through them, and then we'll give our overall best for a toy kind of mood and maybe our worst. So let's get right into it. I'll start off right here. Travis Moody's top 3. This is the imports from a toy kind of mood. And all right, here it is. It kind of looks like my list, so I got confused. All right. So number 1, a wrestling figure. Yes, we did a wrestling show. Storm Collectibles, Jushin Liger. So there we are. Our number 1 import. And number 2, I went with Wonder Woman. Perfect timing. The movie comes out next week on Christmas. Yes, you got the shirt. We're not doing our God Hates Geeks movie list till we see Wonder Woman. So we got the TV one. There's a cheap plug right here. We got our best of TV 2020, best of comics 2020. The music one is coming up soon, but the movies are going to wait for Diana Prince. So I loved the sculpt on this figure. SH Figuarts, Bandai, Bluefin. They got 3,000 freaking names. They knocked it out of the park. She's gorgeous in the Lasso of Truth. And number 3 was the one we saw earlier. KJ showed it off. The Beskar Mando with Child. Yes. So let's take another look at that one. So that's our imports. And it was Storm Collectibles and then SH Figuarts. So moving on, we'll talk with KJ. Let's talk Mezco. This was the one that really shattered our wallets through this whole quarantine. Some of us anyway. Let's quickly go through our top 3.
Number 1, and Travis, homie, you told me, you sent me the link. Get this Batman Supreme Knight Shadow Edition, the last installment of a trilogy of figures from Ascendant to Sovereign to Supreme Knight. All black like the Omen, tons of accessories, 95 plus shipping. Now it's like 250, 300. It's a car note now, and I should have got it. I should have. But I'll tell you what, coming up number 2, the Batman 1989 Mezco, seamless body. Where did he get those wonderful toys? Mezco Toys, New York, baby. That's where he got those toys. Find it, still get it. If somebody has it, take it from them. You have the Popeye and Bluto Stormy Seas double pack. I'll be honest, the first time I saw them, it kind of creeped me out. I don't think Bluto were supposed to be flesh made, brought to life. But you look at the detail, you look at the fans that they are of the franchise, and all the crazy poses and photos you can take with them. They're tailor-made. It's like, Kevin, your bar diorama, I would love to put that Popeye and Bluto in there, and they would just tear that up.
Oh, no, we're X-Men.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's the holiday edition. No worries. Let it flow. Like the wine.
Yeah, but Mezco's killing
And the
me.
Jack.
I am definitely a fan of the group,
Oh,
and thanks to their awesome additions to the 112 collective. It was excellent.
Absolutely love it. All right, we're gonna hit on Christian. Let's run through the Power Rangers really quickly because we don't want to piss Dave's story off. He's a security guard. We don't want to get kicked out of Walmart or what is it, Macy's? We don't want to get kicked out of Macy's this holiday season for not including the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, another
Mighty
huge
Morphin
Hasbro
Power
brand.
Rangers.
All right, Christian, go ahead. Tell us
So
about
I'll end up with the Power Rangers. This is
Yeah.
actually, I actually just started collecting them very recently, so this is actually kind of cool for me. So at number 3, we're gonna start with the Lord Draken PulseCon exclusive. A figure that sold out almost instantly. I actually wanted to get it when it first came out and disappeared, and I haven't seen it since.
Sayonara.
At number 2 is the Pumpkin Rapper. So the Pumpkin Rapper is a villain. I don't know if you guys know who he is. He's a villain that is actually just a huge pumpkin and gives the Power Rangers pumpkin heads. I don't know. I actually want to get him just because I have the SH figures and it scales so perfect with those figures. But at number 1 is everyone's Power Ranger favorite, everyone's nostalgic button pusher, the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger Legacy Series 7 Green Ranger.
Mhm.
And it comes with an extra head, which is actually Tommy Oliver. The only thing about this figure that I wasn't expecting was the green bandana. But overall, the figure is amazing, and that's something I have on my shelf. He's actually hanging out next to Hulk Hogan as we speak.
Yeah. Nice. And then there's an honorable mention as well.
Yes, and let me get with the honorable mention. The honorable mention was the metallic pink Ranger. I do believe that was a Pulse exclusive.
Yes.
I'm not,
it
but
was.
yeah, that was actually the second Mighty Morphin Power Ranger Pink, which was it wasn't Kimberly, it was Catherine, I think, the one that later on turned into Zeo, whatever. But it's a pretty cool looking figure.
Yeah,
and
it shipped just now to my mom's house, and shout out to my mom. She watches the show. What up, Mom? Merry Christmas, Mom. I'll call you on Christmas. But it shipped to my mom's house because she's cool. She's a pumpkin wrapper herself. She's gonna wrap up the Pink Ranger for my niece. My niece doesn't watch the show yet. Hopefully doesn't watch this because then it spoils Christmas. But
we gotta edit out those curse words.
Yeah, she's getting the Pink Ranger for Christmas as part of Uncle Moody's care package. So that all works out. Thanks so much for that. We're gonna touch on Marvel Legends right now with my man Kevin Wish. Now we just did an entire show on Marvel Legends not too long ago. So we're not gonna spend a whole lot of time on this because we went over a lot of this on that show. But go ahead, run down the Marvel Legends list.
I'll keep it quick since I already have it. I'm gonna get it.
All right, go get it. We're seeing a lot of his living room today.
Number 3 on the Toy Kind of Moods Marvel Legends list is the classic Rogue. He just came out recently.
Got me one.
Got one.
Everyone wants it.
I think everybody got one that wanted one.
Everybody wants some.
He was hard to get at first, and then they started pumping him out. And favorite X-Men character, I'll admit that. She's badass.
Amazing.
I did a custom. We don't really have time to see that right now. We'll do another custom episode. But yeah, she's awesome, and everybody loves her, and they did a good job. The face sculpt on that is gorgeous. Like the little touch of like the removing the glove, and that was a Target exclusive, an easy Target exclusive to get actually. Then coming back, Wolverine movie version from Amazon which I remember distinctly showing that off, that I got that in the Toy Kind of Mood chat, and everybody decided to get one. And now you all have a Wolverine from Amazon, because that is the best likeness of Hugh Jackman, in my opinion. And it's a really good version of Wolverine from the movies. And then the number one Marvel Legends this year is Doctor Doom, that Robert actually mentioned as well. And I'm going to agree with him that he is one of my top favorite in Marvel Legends as well. I chose him because it's just the sculpt and the attention to detail in that Doctor Doom. It's more of a work of art than it is of an action figure. And Doctor Doom is such a, probably arguably the number one villain in the Marvel universe, and they really did him justice.
I will agree.
Yeah, I agree.
With what they did with that Doctor Doom in the Super Skrull wave, it's really impressive. And then we got some honorable mentions real quick. We got the Deluxe War Machine, which if you are patient right now, there's a lot of deals on Amazon back and forth. Kevin's got War Machine.
I'll be getting it. I'll be getting him soon.
Ooh, me too. I need one.
I'll probably get him when he goes to half price Target, because Target's got some good clearances coming up soon. And then the Storm from the Storm Thunderbird 2-pack, speaking of Target, that is number 2 in the honorable mentions, and that is shelf warming, surprisingly.
Yes.
Well, it's because it comes with Thunderbird. So it needs to be $25 to $30 because most people just want Storm. Once it does, I'm getting one too. And then Thunderbird can go to whatever.
Right after Christmas,
Let me have them.
Christmas, it'll go to 24.
I'll give it to Christian.
You'll be able to buy it, or probably I'll end up picking it up for you.
Oh, yes, you will.
And then the other last honorable mention is one of Robert's top favorites is the 2-pack of Old Man Logan and Professor X.
Yes, sir.
Ascon. It is a good set. I didn't get it because I do have the other Professor X, and I do have 2 other versions of Wolverine, so I just didn't need 3 Wolverines and then another Professor X. But I'm happy that Robert loves it and he enjoyed it, because that was a great movie. I mean, you can't talk badly about Logan. It was done well.
Amazing film.
Hugh Jackman is Wolverine, and Patrick Stewart is Professor Xavier. Great
and
cast.
The sculpt on Patrick Stewart on that one looks amazing.
Yeah,
It does. Correct. I like it a lot. It's just I have to admire it from afar, because it's just space and money does become an issue sometimes.
Yes, as always. So
yeah.
That's what I got for you from Marvel Legends.
Cool. And thankfully, we've saved some money this year, some of us, because of the worst figures of the year. Ronnie, let's get in a different kind of mood before we hit our overall top figures of the year. Go ahead, tell us. Let's talk about some of the trash.
I'm gonna call this my disgusted mood of the year, 2020 edition. All right, we're gonna give everybody has a list of what your number one worst figures released. Okay, what I'm gonna mention, I'm surprised was on one of the lists we've seen today. My worst fig is the Din Djarin child from Target, aka Melted Pumpkin Head Edition. That sculpt was garbage.
Oh man, look at that.
I mean, okay, we're all older guys here. Do you remember the movie Mask from the 80s? Not the superheroes. That's what that looks like, Elephant Boy. What is that?
Horrible.
Horrible.
Yeah.
It looks like they took a fig and put it into a blow dryer for like 2 hours.
We could always do this.
Hey, go pick up that good work. Hey, it's good now. It's good. Like I've said previously, and I'm gonna say it again. Wake up, Hasbro. We don't want to see that.
Hey, they're selling like hotcakes. They're going.
Yeah,
for
well,
people.
So do misprints and comics always, and variants become number one, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna jump it over to Robert. Robert the Baratheon, what is your worst figure of the year?
Oh, God. I'm going to give it. It was either the Batman the Animated Series McFarlane figure, just like the whole KJ. I shocked KJ. Yeah.
He has them both.
Yeah. Like the head was like the newer Justice League. I like head down. I love it. Head up. Trash.
That's what she said.
Right? But I think the worst was Game Reverse. I have on the show. I've routinely bashed that lineup because it's garbage.
Good choice.
Garbage.
Good choice.
I'm gonna go with Ronny here.
Yeah.
Garbage.
Right.
That's actually
garbage.
Got it.
right here. Right here. Captain America.
Cannon
Garbage.
All right, I'm gonna kick that over to KJ then, since he's already shown it. What is your worst fig of 2020?
All right, my worst figure, if I'm being honest, it's sort of like the complete opposite of one of my favorite figures. Not the SH Figure Arts The Child, but the Star Wars Black Series The Child. It's a $10 accessory. It's everything that's wrong with late stage capitalism. It's with the Mando figure.
I have that too.
I have him. I have it too.
Unless it's $1.
We all have it, but
It's $1.
But I agree. No, I agree. It's way
I
overpriced.
love Kevin's and setting the need to always show. I love it.
If you have a young child, you better keep that in the box, or else that child's in trouble. You're gonna end up putting yourself in the ER. It's dangerous.
He's punished.
Just with a cup, it can't even hold. Okay.
The deluxe one does not.
All right. But
Oh,
SH Figure Arts at least actually has like a set of arms, so you can actually hold the bone broth and drink it and all that. And it's so nice. That one is just a waste of money.
I'm not rich, Kevin. I can't afford the figure
See,
art.
KJ, I kind of agree with. I totally understand. It looks almost like overflow molds. You know, the mold overflow they get from plastic. They decided to dye it green and throw it on some tapestries and say, here's another $10 figure.
Someone sneezed
I
and
feel
sold it for $10. That's what it looks like.
I feel attacked.
So let's go over to Kevin, my boy Kev Wish over here. What's your number one worst figure of the year?
The worst figure? Well, I just realized when I was looking at my list that it's actually not out yet. I was gonna say Frogman from Marvel Legends because that just looks like the biggest piece of crap. biggest piece of plastic I've ever seen Hasbro, like Marvel Legends team, ever do, but that's not technically out yet, so we can't put that in there. So I'm gonna go with my number 2, which is April O'Neil, and I have her by NECA. It's just, this is not April O'Neil from the cartoon. This looks like a little girl. Basically, I mean, the head's huge, the body's skinny, the accessories are great, and I mean, there's certain parts of the sculpt that are great. But I've seen customizers, and not to toot my own horn, but I'm going to do that anyway. I have a custom April O'Neil, which looks better than this.
Yeah, there's no likeness of her at all. I mean, maybe the shape of the hair, maybe, but that's even a stretch.
I mean, and also you really, it doesn't translate because you can't really see well, but she's tiny. She's almost the size of one of the turtles. She's supposed to be a lot taller than one of the turtles. Yep. And she sucks.
Yeah. Yep. So Christian, do you have a number one worst figure of the year, my friend?
So since I collect WWE figures, I'm gonna do two separate things. First, my worst WWE figure this year was probably the Ultimate Series Becky Lynch.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's
great figure from the neck down.
Yeah,
But
horrible.
when it comes to the face, it looks nothing like that. It was so bad that I actually had to go get a basic series figure and swap the heads because it looks nothing like Becky Lynch. And I don't know how, when they've gotten it right in the past. I'm like, how do you mess this up? But Mattel seems to surprise me, and they messed that up really bad, especially since it's essentially like the number one female wrestler in the WWE.
Yeah.
So, it really surprised me. But if you really ask me, what really made me in an angry mood was every single AEW figure. I really wanted to like these figures. I really wanted to like them, but like guys like Kenny Omega, it looks almost nothing like him. He's insanely pale. He doesn't have any of the highlights. The Young Bucks, it's just the same, almost the same thing. Where just they kind of look there, but not really. The skin tone, the accessories kind of feel a little weird. The plastic is just, it feels cheap. Overall, it just, and then earlier today they released the pictures of the third Unrivaled series, and I saw the Rio figure, and I wanted this figure. I wanted to get this figure, but then I saw what it looks like. And the best figure turns out to be a Chase, and those are going for $300 plus on eBay. So this just puts me in a really bad mood. It's going to be a very long time until Jazzware sees any of my money.
Oh man, going on things hard to get. I'm going to throw this over to my co-host with the most, my head host with the most, Mr. Travis Moody. Why don't you take it away, my friend?
All right, so This wasn't the one I was thinking of, but Christian topped it, and I would have to agree. The AEW line, like, this is how much I like you guys. AEW is on right now. It is my favorite thing in the world, besides you guys and toys. So as soon as we get off this, I'll be watching Dynamite, enjoying it. But imagine having a new federation, a league that is getting ratings that have topped some of the WWE shows. Some of the demographics are even better, and the 18 to 49 are better than WWE, and they got toys right away. Like, wow, okay. And then and they showed prototypes, right, Christian, of like the Kenny Omega prototype. I was like, this is going to be the best figure of 2020. Nothing. None of the figures look like the prototype. And so even when the wave 2 and wave 3 look better and better, I'm very leery of like, I want, like, shout out to Boss Fight. They didn't make any of our lists, and their Lucha Brothers have gotten delayed, but I'm hoping to pick up their Phoenix and Pentagon, because the ones at AEW look good, but I'm scared that in hand they won't. So, that kind of thing happened. So, but my pick for worst figure of the year was a figure that I was actually amazed by when I saw a diorama photo of it. It was the gold label DC McFarlane multiverse, gold label Batman. It is the absolute worst figure I have ever seen. It is
so bad,
and it was
forgot
like
about it.
And well, yeah, exactly. And when it went up for sale, when I think Michael Vlad, sorry he can't be here, when he bought it, I laughed at him for 3 days straight in the chat room. I couldn't help but troll his ass and he's like, I know it sucks, but I'm buying it. I'm like, whoa, you have
dedication.
You have no pulse, my man. But man, the gold label Batman, it just, we've already made one of our silly or bad moods. We went over the whole figure. You can see it right on screen right now. The picture tells 1,000 words, and let's just get into the best figures of the year before I get really pissed off and end the show. Ronnie, thanks.
All right, so this is our overall, overall Toy Kind of Mood top 3 all brands all year. I'm gonna start off with our number 3, which was the Cobra Island Trooper. We already discussed that of why everybody's likes and dislikes and whatnots. Number 2 comes in at a deluxe Soundwave, which again, I love it. Mm-hmm. And number 1, which surprised me because there's a lot of competition in this category. I mean, it's everything across the board. It's every brand, every love, every toy. And number 1 was deluxe edition Snake Eyes that came with all those awesome accessories and the weapons rack and the shurikens and the swords. I mean, that was number 1.
But it absolutely makes sense, Ronnie, that we would have 2 GI Joes in the top 3, just because I believe that was like the line that really energized
that's what
program,
like you mentioned.
and everything.
Just like you mentioned, that's what started this whole show. Our concept was we all were bitching about Target exclusive, hard to find Joes, and you waiting in line and other guys waiting outside of Target the night before. And that's exactly, my Christian right there. And that's what sparked a Toy Kind of Mood. We were in a pissed off mood. We needed somewhere to vent, and it came into, X amount of episodes later. Here we are at the culmination of all that, the end of the year show. I mean, couldn't ask for anything else. I mean, we got a couple honorable mentions, which again, going right back to exclusives and Joe, the Baroness fig. We all know what the hell happened there. We still, people selling boxes of it, just an empty box for $1,300 online. I mean, come on. I think there was one listed for like $13,000 for on eBay or some bullshit. God bless you.
I also I also never talk so early to Moody in the morning. I remember calling at 7 in the dude. You gotta be there.
Yeah, and I think Trev, you had your Cobra face mask too, ride and die, baby. At the time. We got the armor, which you mentioned was an honorable mention. We also have Supreme Knight Shadow Batman, which you mentioned.
Did a whole show on that one. So
we did exactly.
Of course, it made our list.
Yep, we got the Green Ranger, and we got the Vintage Doctor Doom. I mean, everything that topped our list today ends up either as our like you I just said, the top 3, and then our honorable mentions. So,
Rons, can I interject real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, guys, speaking of GI Joe, January 1st is not far off, and we know what happens on January 1st. Kevin's shaking his head. We know about Firefly and the Viper, street dated January 1st Target. I'm shocked. I have not seen any listings on Mercari or eBay yet because those have started showing up in stores.
Yeah, you know January
about a
1st
week.
date. Sorry, January 1st date is probably like a placeholder date because there's no way we're gonna see those come January.
No,
1st,
no, you're right. Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like that's probably not going to happen on January 1st. All right. Well, I don't know. It's up to you, Moods and Kevin. We'll decide when we're gonna start going on our hunts. I guess we got to get 2 of each because Robert and Ron's need some too, probably.
Yep. And keep an eye out for Krang because that's my killer Ninja Turtle. Oh.
If I could talk to this guy and I can get you another deal, would you be willing to pay that much for him or not? Or not
60,
really?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah, just let me know. Keep me in the loop.
I'll let him know.
All right, Travis, where we at?
That's it, guys. This was wow. We topped everything. We topped it all. We did it. Hey, I want to thank everyone. We made it to 13 plus, probably close to 15 to 18 episodes if you include all our specials and everything. But shout out to the entire Toy Kind of Mood family. Forget community. It's been a family. We talk 24/7, and like you said, Ronnie, this hobby has really brought us all together through this crisis, this pandemic, this awful time, and it's given us a lot of fun and keeps our mind off the bullshit, as the wine does and the tea does. But
and the Jack does.
Exactly. So
that mug, Ronnie.
It's as big as my freaking head.
Right.
Yeah, close. So look, I just want to thank everyone for watching the show. It's become a hit on our God Hates Geeks YouTube channel. So smash that like and subscribe button and check out godhatesgeeks.com. We'll have more best of articles for you. And for Kevin, KJ, Christian, and Ronnie.
We are off next week. We're coming back when? Hopefully.
I don't know. We'll be back sometime in January. We'll take another couple weeks off so we can play with our EO Shirais and our Snake Mountains. The Snake Mountain we might throw up there on YouTube, but yeah.
I will be able to probably have that done by sometime next week. It'll be a short one.
Yep.
Okay,
any unboxings or anything anybody does, that'll go up in the meantime. With holidays coming, who knows what we're all getting.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, thanks so much. We'll have a happy and safe.
That's for Ronnie.
That's Toy Kind of Mood, and be careful of staring at your Dinjar and Target exclusive too long, or you might just barf up all your coffee cake. That's all I got. All right, guys. Hey, there's Ronan. Hello, Ronan. All right, guys. Good night. Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays. Merry Christmas.
Hey,
Happy
guys.
holidays with Toy Kind of Mood.
Here.